Hello Legionnaires and welcome back. We're here with some more Pike and Shot Total War for you here today. And we do actually have an interesting siege battle for you here today. It's been a hot minute since we've done any Pike and Shot. And yeah, I haven't really had many replays sent in, but this was a siege replay, which I feel like we've not done many sieges for Pike and Shot. And we do have an interesting 3v2, which I'm guessing is balancing out fairly easily, with sort of like money being spent more for the Spanish and divided more amongst the French and the Dutch. Or maybe not. Maybe because it's a really tough map, it needs to be a 3v2. We will see. But we have 1630 period forces being used. I say that because there are various different periods that you can play in Pike and Shot. I think 1630. I'm going to keep saying 18. I can already tell it. I'm just in Napoleonic mode constantly. But I think the 1630 is the middle ground. You got 1640s as well, and then 1618 I think is the earliest period. We do have all the way over here. We actually have a 1640. There you go. We have 1640 Netherlands, and then 1630 Army of Picardy for both of these. I guess these supposed to be corps. Are these not the French army? Is this the Army of Picardy? I don't know. Kind of new, not gonna lie. This is 9.9 for Pike and Shot. I don't know what the last version of Pike and Shot I did play was, and this is actually specifically 0.992 or something like that. Something very specific. I had to go through all the sort of various versions of the mod to try and find the one that was going to work, so there would be no one with samurai uniforms, which is always a sign you've not got the right load order, I've learned. So hopefully we should have all the correct units and hopefully get a non-buggy replay. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully the Total War gods are with us. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. We've got a Spanish army all the way over here that is kind of shifting. I think he's shifting to go up the hill. I think so. This is also the army of Flanders, I guess. The Ejército de Flanders. So yeah, also like a Flemish army. And this is the army of Picardy, so that's a similar sort of region. So I guess these guys will be facing off against each other. This is on the map Fuenterrabia, which I think we've done a historical battle for Fuenterrabia. So if you want to check that out, I definitely recommend you go and do so. But yeah, this is a 3v4, sorry, a 3v2. It should be very interesting to see. It seems like it's not obviously going to be a proper siege. I don't really know if sieges would really work for Pike and Shot. They have got artillery inside this, the fort here, which seems to be getting battered pretty badly. They're redlining already. I have seen one break. I think one broke on this side over here somewhere. I think a gun already broke. There it is, already dead and broken. I didn't bother to show that off. Wasn't really anything exciting. But it does seem as though we've got some gunfights already getting underway over here. As you can see here, it looks like Miquelets and cavalry already shooting away at some of these Dutch troops. They are going to keep advancing forward like nothing has happened. I might just make a quick cut because I don't know if anything's going to happen for a hot minute while these guys sort of advance. Pike and Shot does take a little while to get sort of prepared and get into position. These are slow-moving armies. But yeah, we've got massive forces here. I mean, yeah, like units are pretty damn big. If I say that, not really going to be able to find any. Maybe they're not in these sort of like smaller corps, possibly. But I remember like Pike units being like 300 in size. But maybe they're not in this. You've got lots of German mercenary musketeers being used. Oh, there they are. Like, there's some massive units over here with the Dutch. I think because they're not using like a specific sort of corps. But yeah, you've got like 240 pikemen units here. I think these guys are the Dutch are gonna have a real joy because they're gonna just have numbers on their side. I think their musketeers are pretty small, 60-man units. Also Scots in this army as well. Cav over here looks like it's going to be facing off against the entire Dutch army right now. But yeah, if you want to see more Pike and Shot on the channel, more Shogun 2 content, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. But yeah, if you want to check out the Pike and Shot mod yourself, if you haven't already, then make sure you have Shogun 2 to start with. And then make sure to install the Pike and Shot mod. I think it's 9.9. I think is what's on ModDB. I don't know if 9.92 is on it. Might be, might not be. I got it off the Discord, which I'll also leave a link for if you want to join the Discord and get involved with more Pike and Shot stuff into multiplayer battles or just get more advice on the mod. I'll leave a link for that as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to make a quick cut to see whether the Spanish keep moving. They are moving down the slope, but it doesn't look like they're doing too much more than that. Actually, we won't move. No, we won't bother with a cut. It seems like they are getting very much stuck in here. Catalans, Nicolet's getting killed off. We've got the Scots clearing them out. A bit like in NTW3. Use light infantry to counter skirmishes, which is what these Miquelets are. A bit like in NTW3 and DEI as well. Pike and Shot, if you're new to the mod and don't really know much about it, it's really morale reliant. Like factions or like units won't necessarily break because of army losses, especially if you have like 200-man sized units. They break more because of morale. A bit like that unit, that Miquelet unit. It's only not even lost 10 men, and it's routed. It's all got to do with morale and things like that. Whether you're getting encircled, shot on the flank. Skirmishers have got pretty poor morale, hence although they break. They can be pretty annoying on the flank, but if they're shooting up against line infantry, then they're going to have a pretty tough time of it. It does seem as though Spain is getting into position. A lot of Spanish troops here, though, all orange lining. Well, this is because they've got no general nearby. The general is all the way back there. The French French infantry. Well, it's actually cavalry. Dragoons here, mercenary dragoons. I guess these guys, like, guerrilla deployed or something? I don't know why they're so dark, but they are. There you go. It's the wrong angle. But yeah, we've got dragoons here. They are behind enemy lines. I guess they could have just guerrilla deployed. We've got more of them over here. Oh no, these aren't guerrillas. These are mortars. They're shelling position. And we've got a man T-posing. Very scary indeed. There you go. The mortar is firing away. I don't think we've seen a mortar yet in Pike Shot, but they are going to get taken out here by arquebusiers. It's a good thing we saw them now, because they're about to disappear. But it looks like they've been shelling the artillery back here, and they're doing some significant damage. Taking out a gun, killed a crew member as well. Not a bad start to the day for those boys. Yeah, here we go. The French are about to sort of connect with the center of this Spanish army over here. Like I said, I don't think Spain's got nearly enough numbers here to hold back all these forces right now. Like I said, the Dutch are taking on... They were taking on just cavalry. There is now some infantry arriving here, some arquebusiers, which are reasonably large. Bigger than the Dutch ones, that's for sure. 135 to 60. That's double the size there. Quick maths by me. Again, over here, looks like Cav is going to rout these dragoons really quickly. Dragoons actually being, used as what they are, which is mounted infantry. What is this over here? Oh, that's a sapper infantry. Sapper company. I didn't realize they had just, like, a handgun. I thought these guys just kind of went into melee. Presumably just put up defenses. They're just busy shooting into the flank of the mercenary dragoons. I love that. Here we go, though. Guns are already getting going here. We've got artillery already firing, and these guys are wavering and they're retreating. They're not routing though. Spain is once again, just in full flight on that flank there. 3-pounder here getting picked off. I think that's by the cavalry over here. Artillery is really easy to counter in Pike and Shot. If you should get kind of close with anything with a musket, whether that's cav or infantry, you'll probably rout it. They seem to, I don't know, morale's pretty poor for artillery. Can be pretty dangerous, but yeah, only at like extreme long distances. Yeah, the Dutch now firing. I don't know if Cav's getting sort of any cover here from this wall, but they are now being shot at by a lot of Dutch infantry here. Yeah, arquebusiers, more mounted cavalry. I mean, the Dutch, I feel like, should just be aggressive, just be really aggressive here, and attack as many of the Spanish forces as possible. I don't know really yet what the plan is, whether Spain is supposed to, like the other Spanish army is supposed to make an appearance soon, I would have thought. Look at this grand battery from the French. Oh my gosh. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of cannons? Maybe not. No, I think, yeah, maybe 8 units of cannons. My goodness. Yeah, some of them have 2 guns, some of them have 3 guns. That's a lot of artillery here. For Pike and Shot, like, scale, this is a lot of artillery here from the French. Most of them are either 12 or 6-pounders by the looks of it. But they're getting wheeled up, and they will start firing away. Like I said, pretty easy to counter. Maybe not on this scale, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. They just put a line of infantry up, if they just shoot them, will they just rout all this artillery in one or two volleys? Possibly. Could be a very expensive risk here. But the French are going to start bombarding away, and they're going to just start shooting the Spanish right in front of them here. We had the gunfight very much getting underway. Spain and the Netherlands dueling over here. Not sure they can actually see anything. Kind of firing, yeah, trying to fire over a hill here. Make sure not to fire the ramrod as well, fellas. Make sure you keep that with you. Otherwise, you'll be sent to go and fetch it. And I guess they're not firing again. Maybe they're on the move. Yeah, apparently the tiniest of little adjustments. But yes, if you haven't already, please do think to, you know, maybe consider to subscribe. We are very, very close to 14k subscribers, which is would be an amazing milestone. Yeah, it also, you know, if you just wanted to leave a comment as well. If you like Pike Shot, I do not know, then feel free to do so as well. I don't know how many of you guys have actually played the mod. It's pretty fun. It is a little slower than a lot of other Total Wars. But to be fair, also, it kind of feels like it's slow like this, when one big move will take place, usually with these players. They'll go slam on in, and then it almost curtains there, and then it's like just like, yeah, you're fighting against an unstoppable wave. But we will see what happens. The Spanish army is taking its merry old time getting up here. Needs to get a move on. There's still more of it appearing, I just realized as well. They got cuirassiers as well back here, which will be very, very good. I don't think I've seen any French or Dutch cuirassiers. I'm sure they have brought some. They are still pretty heavily armored for the times. Pretty much, as you can see, they're in a full suit of armor. They get given a handgun, and they also have a sword. So yeah, pretty handy unit, that's for sure. Yeah, you can see Spain's really boxing up inside these little fields. Don't know how wise an idea that is, because now these like arquebusiers are going to be able to get shot on the side and the front with how they kind of set up, and the Dutch are sort of encircling this field. I don't know if this is wise, but maybe pathfinding means that they can't easily get through here. They've dismounted. Oh no, these are musketeers coming forward here. And they are wavering. I wonder if the sorry, again I've done it. I don't know whether 1640 and 1630 are balanced to fight each other. I'm not sure. Oh, the French Grand Battery's on the move. There it goes. Keep moving it, lads. Where is it going? Probably to the highest hill it can find. Possibly it's over here. We've got leading the French today. We have Charles II de la Porte. I don't think this is actually like... That's not King Charles. It's maybe a duke, I'm pretty sure. And we have Gaspard III, the Duke of Châtillon. He is also in the play. French have still got dragoons over here, you know, being a problem. And as you can see, the Spanish are starting to have issues over here. Like I said, I think this position is just not it. We've got the Frezin Musketeers loading their muskets. Fire when ready. My gosh, it takes so long to fire. I mean, it is pike and shot, I guess. Black powder musket, you know, it's more like one shot every hour rather than, you know, 3 every minute like in the Napoleonic Wars. Oh, still not loaded. Still not loaded. Seems like the Dutch are firing a lot quicker. Maybe the Spanish are musket bugged. Who knows? I don't think this actually is a thing. But a little NTW3 reference for you.
De vijand is nabij.
And I love also how they have actually got all, like, you know, the actual like nations' voices as well. So yeah, we've got Dutch, German, Italian, Spanish, you name it. I'm pretty sure they got the French as well. I'm pretty sure they got most of the. They've got voice actors for all of them. It's pretty impressive, to be fair. There's a little push going on this flank over here, I've realised. What happened over here? There's some melee that's apparently taking place. Oh, they've routed Miquelets with German arquebusiers. Okay. Didn't see it, but nothing too exciting in the way of things. Just wondering what was actually fully routing. I've got cavalry over here, arquebusiers. They're very tired, winded. You've got a mix of what they are. I would set up on this hill if I was the Spanish. Just set up here. Make the French come to you. After all, they are the 2 against the 3, but they got the Guard over here, which is one of the best looking units in the game still, the Spanish Guard. I love the detail for like what they got going on here with the French, sorry, with the Spanish emblem. Got a couple of these musketeers. Don't know if they brought the Guard itself. Got bombard pikes, which are pretty good. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, a lot of pikes, but nothing too crazy. Yep, the Spanish just... It seems like they're able to really get into this... Well, not into the game probably, but sort of like getting their morale sorted. Where they need to get their generals closer. The Dutch here still swinging around. Lack of cavalry though from the Dutch here. I'm seeing like literally, I don't think a single cav unit actually. Are they really going to go in? I think they are. They're going to go in, and yeah, I mean, to be fair, these musketeers aren't supported. And there you go. In go the Spanish. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's a lot of shouting going on there, but oh my gosh as well. Look at that mass rout that just take place there from the Spanish. That is insane. Oh my, I broke this unit all the way back here, and look at that. This is what happens, you know, guys, when a mass rout takes place. I don't know how, and it's going to keep going on. It's going to go down the line. Spain's infantry is not moving quickly enough. The cav's still active, so it can still do a lot of work as well. I think it's going after anything that's a musketeer, and then hoping that's going to break the pikes as well around them. It might work, you know, here. I assume that's their plan. Pikes and cav do not want to mix. Cav and musketeers, they'll mix. We just got to farm these guys down a little bit as well. Make sure they stay gone. There's a couple of pike squares here holding on, and they are going to use those to sort of just save their bacon, it looks like. Cavalry's breaking here, 42 out of 75, so pretty healthy. This one here is also not wavering, but redlining. Why you don't want to charge the pikes? You'll get reduced to nothing, and then your unit will break. They haven't broken yet, but my gosh, that was devastating there for the Dutch. And the Dutch, after being, I imagine, pretty confident they could just smash through these Spanish, which they are now trying to do themselves. Their left, their right, the Spanish left, is gone. And there you go, Spain sort of like, I don't know, left of center breaks. Their other army is nearly here though. But it's a pretty good win, a pretty good start there. Routing, like I said, a lot of that Dutch army. But Gomez the second, Gomez the fourth. Suarez in charge of the Spanish army. Since the other player decided to just bring general bodyguard. Whether Spain can try another well-timed cav charge, it's going to have to rest with that other cavalry. It's take a little while to get it sort of freshened up. The infantry a little delayed, I would have said, to sort of really back this up and really, you know, take advantage of all these squares that are being formed here by the musketeers.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
There you go. Looks like some farming has been taking place of entire units being killed off. But yeah, big win there for the Dutch. Well, I say that, I say big win for the Dutch. Big win in the sense they needed to take this force out as sort of make up for the loss of half their army over here. Which, like I said, is being farmed by the Spanish. And there you go. Not a bad result for him. Now it's on to the French, you know, replicate that and sort of make their own little push. Maybe scare off the Spanish. Still the volleys coming in. I think the routing troops behind Spanish lines here are affecting those that are in front of them.
Kameraden, terugtrekken!
Yep, gonna keep running these guys on. They're getting a lot of chevrons as well. That will help with morale as well. I would have thought elite cav would probably help massively. Here comes the French once again. They're now pushing on this left flank here. We've got their German mercenaries supporting against Lombard arquebusiers. They've got the high ground, which if you know as a fan of Star Wars, is always what you want. They're going to be able to stand up here, look down. Oh, some withering fire. Actually, it looked like it is pretty good damage. Good. Quite a lot of blood splatter coming off those arquebusiers there. Whether the terrain is actually helping them, I don't know. Maybe they're just really good shots. Yeah, there's some wavering Frezin musketeers out the front here. Light pikemen. We've got battalion. I was going to say, are there any battalion staff commanders? Because they're going to be needed for morale as well. Just they give them a bit of a backbone. You can see the French have them as well. It's a must bring. These staff commanders, I believe, do buffs and all sorts of stuff. Trying to, you know, give your melees and your gunfights a bit of an advantage. Real problem here for the Dutch. I mean, the cav is all pretty tired at the moment, but if it can stay sort of in the game and just, you know, keep itself close, I mean, in the back lines here, it can be a real problem for the Dutch or for the French. If you lose a general in Pike Shot, you can count yourself out the game. Like I said, morale is so important. Losing a general would be devastating for anyone who did. I'm not saying anyone is going to necessarily in this game, but if it happens, it would be devastating. The gunfights go on.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Someone's general's under attack. I think it's one of the allied generals. Must just be some rogue musket shots. Can't imagine it's anything other than that.
De vijand is nabij. De vijand is nabij.
There you go, beautiful volley. It only took about 6 working days to get that fire. Again, Spain is sort of giving ground a little bit. I mean, France has so many forces back here. Whether they're not allowed to use them, maybe there's still like some part of the scenario that's still allow a 2v2 and these guys are the reinforcements. I don't know, maybe. Is there any like Royal Infantry back here? We've got... Oh yeah, Guard of France. I think he just said an entire unit's dead, but I also did think he said is a general dead. Surely it's not the case. I can see the Dutch general, who's probably the most likely to have died. That's a General Gaspard there, and then there's the other one over there, Charles II. But, oh, look at that gun battery moving forward here. Yeah, we do have Guard, French infantry here. Guard Française. I think these are the Swiss Guard. Yeah, they're actually pretty solid as well. Again, another dazzling uniform. Kind of reminds me of the Swiss Guard. There's that yellow and red. Just keep flanking if I was the French. Keep on flanking. If you run into some cavalry, run into some cavalry. I think they have the numbers here that they can probably take advantage of having maybe less cav. Balance powers are ever so slightly out of favour of the Spanish, but the Spanish have done a very good job on the Dutch so far. Without really a French shot in anger. They're still dueling it out. I'm just kind of trying to stay zoomed out just to see whether... A, to get the scale of the battle, but also just to make sure we don't miss anything. So, like I said, the events of things on Pike Shot, they usually end up moving pretty damn slowly. Still waiting for those musketeers to fire again. I mean, I think you should just get right in the face of the Spanish here. get around these flanks with the Dutch on this flank here, and then the same on the other flank. The French just need to be pushing on around as well. With the, I don't know, can the French maybe go for a decisive push? I'd say on this right flank here, since they have an army right in front of it. Here comes the cav, Mercenary Arquebusiers. I was thinking maybe I'll make another cut because there doesn't seem like there's a lot going on here. Just a lot of gunfights taking place. A little volley here should break this Lombard Arquebusier though. They can then probably work their way down the line, either shooting or meleeing. Wavering units over here. What's breaking for the Dutch? A 3-pounder is breaking. Michelet's being an annoyance. Could they always shoot this fire? Like musketeers? I feel like they had to get much closer to even do any damage. But apparently not. Looks like France over here is finally starting to, turn the screws on this this force. Though it's pretty difficult to obviously rout it because you are using artillery majoritively. And like I said, artillery is pretty easily countered by infantry, but maybe not at this range. 6-pounders over here in the 6, 12, 4s. I think we got a bit of everything. They're setting up. It might be. It's safely out of range for now from the infantry. Cavalry on the French flank here. Got the gendarmes de la garde. That's moving forward. Can they get in behind? We'll see. The Dutch seem to have recovered from that earlier setback, though I don't think a lot of their units have returned. The Spanish are still in the back lines as well. Need to keep an eye on. Yeah, it does seem like they recovered. They're also stacking up a lot of infantry on this flank here, where they can do something there. The Spanish got another arquebusier here, ready to go in. Maybe the Dutch players learned a lesson. If one unit moves, the other one's also got to go. These mercenary arquebusiers also have a pretty decent angle, actually. I like how they're like firing whilst advancing as well. It's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah, still a lot of redlining going on. I have no idea why that is. The generals are kind of up here now. Whether because they're technically under siege, I don't know. Maybe there's some variables for that. I mean, they are taking a lot of fire as well from... and also maybe outnumbered numbers against them. That might have something to do with it. Like just an immediate off the bat, you're like outnumbered. 3 on 2, so you just have poorer morale, possibly, that's the case. But yeah, I don't know, the French, it's risky going into melee in Pike and Shot, but I think the French can give it a go. Good volley there, though, by the Lombard Arquebusiers. That might just do enough to keep those German mercenaries at bay a little longer. They are getting closer and closer, though. The cav again, also mercenary arquebusiers. They want to look at maybe just flanking on around. I think as soon as one thing for the Spanish here breaks, it's going to be not over for them, but they're going to then advance the French and take advantage. There you go. That goes Lombard Arquebusier battalion staff campaign moving up. Spanish cav here is going to have to react to the gendarmes of the guard and try and stop them. I don't know if we've seen this unit. Oh, it looks cool. The heavy cav, that's for sure. Is he charging? More arquebusiers. Is these pikes looking the right way? No, they're not. Those pikes aren't looking the right way. And in go the gendarmes. should break them pretty quickly, I would have thought. Yeah, he's going to knock into the back of other stuff here, like pikemen going. And this could be problematic here. Good charge by the French. I mean, the Spanish haven't got any cav out there, and they're not going to protect it. It seems they've given up sort of defending that. And look at this. A lot of Spanish troops now starting to break on this flank here. This is revenge. Attacking those damn Dutch. There you go. That's another successful operation there for the gendarmes. We're going to see German mercenaries move forward. The line is starting to look a little wavery on this side too. I mean, the Dutch right now, I'm pretty sure just said we're full of mash, which maybe that is their secret to victory. Mashed potato. Could be. Could be. Somebody just said it again. Full of mash. Gendarmes tired. Yeah, you want to keep your troops sort of, you know, not, well, certainly not tired, certainly active, and then sort that area there, winded maybe, because that helps with morale again. Oh, he's going to go back in. Tired, but not yet done. You can go to the gendarmes, they're scaring off some of these tertiaries. Oh my gosh, these guys are all breaking. Look at this master out here from the Spanish. That is not good at all. Look how good and how elite these troops are. What's he going to go for now with the gendarmes? We'll see. I guess in about 5 seconds. Good volley there from the Spanish. And it might be the gendarmes are going to go and find their homes, because they might be about to run as well. I think he really wants the gun here. And there you go. Don't even think in the end the Spanish did anything and got rid of these gendarmes, but they should have. And here goes Spain's centre also starting to crack a little bit. What's breaking? Oh no, this is musketeers. They're still holding. Oh, I think the artillery there just broke the arquebusier in front of us. Yeah, 3-pounder over here. I think it is. Only 8 gun back there. Yeah, 3-pounder. It just broke those units there. That's causing other units to break around it. Spain's in a lot of trouble here. They need to keep taking advantage of these breaks over here. Try and force this cavalry back again. Oh, the Guard are in the fight, and they are absolutely bad. They are only 90-man units. That one's not breaking, it's wavering. But yeah, that's kind of like the strength of the Spanish is here in the center, backed by the Guard. Whether the Guard will be able to do anything, I don't know. Can they really force anything? I'm not sure. Another Spanish unit, they're breaking them all. Some of their German mercenaries breaking. Those Germans, they just fight for money, you know. They'll fight for anyone for money. Because they have no real nation of their own. Here goes a Spanish cav charge. Charging arquebusiers with their own arquebusiers. And the French are running! They're running like cowards back to Paris. And there you go. Bit of a victory there for the Spanish. Need to try and recreate that. I think they're also trying to get their own cav back behind their own lines. Being behind enemy lines just evidently was not doing it for them. I mean, the Dutch did a pretty good job guarding the rear with pikes. But I think they might be facing the wrong way. There goes the Dutch. Advancing, advancing, advancing. And the Spanish run away in their wake. Still a few shots go off here and there. But we might make another quick cut. Don't know. Are the Spanish going to retreat? Well, they're retreating a little bit, but not actually that miles. Thought the other army, seeing it like how much of it is retreating, I was like, oh, maybe they're just going to fall back fully to the cap point now. So they might still give themselves an advantage on that balance of power, which is not in their favor. Boys are in red against guys in blue, or the yellow. Sorry, on that yellow bar. There you go. The Spanish cavs made it all the way up here now as well. They've got some cavalry support in this side, but it doesn't seem like it's going to make a difference. All the units here are already wavering and redlining. They're joining the fight. It's not good to see. French sappers over there, they've been defeated. Spain must hold on. But yeah, we're going to make a quick cut, and I'll see you guys in a moment once the engagement gets a bit more spicy once again, because it's been waiting a hot minute for... I think Spain's going to keep retreating as he is currently. So I'll see you guys shortly. We are back. It's not a long cut, only a little one. The Spanish haven't fallen back miles. And they are getting chased as well by the French. I thought the French gendarmes here might fancy a charge. They might still, you know. They're very tired, shaken. But they got nothing to lose, and they're going to go in for the arquebusiers by the looks of it. Or maybe just get right in their face. One or the other. Nope, they are just going to charge straight in, and they are going to get routed there and there. There you go, that's them gone. A very elite cavalry off the table. The Dutch, as you can see, just still plugging away, still forcing the way forward. I mean, the French just need to push hard here, just get rid of these units and then go straight on to the Spanish. We'll go between this gap in the line, I'd say. That's where you need to get to. Spanish guns, I think they're just walking forward, or they're walking backward. They might be going backwards, actually. They are going backwards. Are they trying to find higher ground to shoot from? Still got a general bodyguard all the way back there. Whether he wants to get himself further forward, I don't know. Gomez, the fourth over here, he's doing his best to rally the boys. But as you can see, those units there, the side on sort of to the French, they are starting to rout. They're starting to go. The French move forward once again. The Dutch, I mean, again, the Dutch don't seem like they're up against a lot here. They broke pretty quickly. They did break pretty damn speedily. I thought the Spanish had cuirassiers somewhere. Are they in the other army? Got a lot of arquebusiers. Gun. Oh, it's just part of a gun regiment. Alright. Yeah, I don't know where those cuirassiers gone, unless they're here, actually. Yeah, they're all here. Whether they're going to do something. This might be the only heavy cav in the game. A lot of the cavalry, I think, for the Dutch and the French has already been expended as well. And it's mostly arquebusiers. Come on, Dutchman. Oh, they're still routing more over here. Getting closer, and I think the Spanish are going to go for a charge. They're done with this Dutch shenanigans, or they're going to get right in the face of these pikemen here. Nope, they are going in. Interesting, interesting. Those pikemen definitely have committed their pikes. Again, though, doesn't seem like they're having a lot of joy against the Spanish cav here. And they're going to... Oh my gosh, look at this. The Dutch really... It's just not happening for the Dutch here. And there you go, another mass rout. Look at that, they shatter so quickly. Can they work their way down the line? The Dutch are advancing. France is now also shifting over here. Probably for the best. They, as you can see, the Dutch can't get the job done. That is devastating. Is that going to affect the units behind? We'll see. They're going to form square. They are wavering, though. Again, pike squares are what stop this cavalry. The Dutch are getting right in the face of the Spanish, though, with some of their pikes here. So they're going to try and, you know, just get rid of the remaining Spanish infantry here. While the cavalry is just causing absolute chaos in their back lines. Yep, there goes some of the pikes. Looks like light pikemen here are going to return, go as well. Oh, it's not looking good for those Spaniards. They sent some guys and they immediately broke. Oh no, these are Dutch infantry, sorry. Yeah, look at that, they've fully got all those Spaniards. The Spanish cav over here is nearly gone, but not quite gone. Again, I think farming down units, making sure they stay gone. The Dutch have finally got through the Spanish force over here, and now they just need to attack this final force here. Which the French kind of got contained on this hill. Spanish cavalry is going in behind, though. Arquebusiers, or arquebusiers. Could they get this general? They might be able to gen snipe here and get Charles II. I think that is what they're going for. France player not paying attention. Could be about to lose his general here. Could then lose his army. Maybe. The guns are going to get got as well here. I imagine shooting him is probably the most effective choice for them. Just blasting him rather than going to melee. They melee pretty well to some of these generals. The French here just keep shooting away, keep doing their bit, but yep, in a moment, their life is going to get turned upside down. French general's getting shot at. Surely the player's getting notified that his general's being shot at. You say just charge him. I think pin him down in melee is the best thing you can do. You don't want him to just be able to walk away. You don't actually kill him in a gunfight. I mean, a volley should be... maybe a volley isn't going to be enough. These guys are wavering. And there you go. The general has gone. It looked close for a minute. Again, these guys are wavering. That's Charles II gone. That's this army over here, I think. That's now without a general. Could be huge. Could be huge. Has Spain got more men back here? These re-rally troops? I think they are, yeah. 107 out of 158. Got a lot of re-rally boys then. And German Hakebusier, like German military Hakebusiers, they've all routed, having seen their paymaster die. Oh, actually, he's not. I thought he had, but he's back. He's not surely going back to the same position he was. Why is he marching towards all this cavalry over here? Going to get shot. Well, he's not quite gone yet. I guess we haven't had the notification he's actually dead, but if they march him towards these Arquebusiers, he's probably just going to get shot. There you go. There are a few more dying. Wavering, redlining. I don't know. Maybe the French player's just given in. I don't know why he sent his general back. And now he's fully shattered. He's not dead, though. What that is going to mean for the French army over here, who knows? Spanish general over there. General's bodyguards coming forward. He's, I think, trying to rally some of his troops. He's finally being used. Spanish cap, by the way, still in the back lines. Still farming down Dutch here. You can see like the trail of dead Dutchmen as they try and retreat off the battlefield. That is actually insane. Making sure those guys stay... They're being very thorough that these guys stay dead. I'll give them that. Are we now going to see a Spanish cav charge into the back of the French here, which is potential? Or they're going to go for the guns? Or maybe both. That massive artillery battery is right up front of him. What is their plan? I think they're not going to go for like another general. Surely Gaspard III is not going to fall for the same trick. We'll see. They're redlining all these guns from the sheer sight of the Spanish cavalry behind them. We will see. If they route, they're not going to go the right way. Yeah, they are going to they're going to set up against these guns. That is the plan. It's not a bad plan. There's some free artillery to kill. Got to give them that. Spain would move his infantry closer. Try and support this. You could sandwich the French right now. Could do a lot of damage. There you go, routed the guns. Can they now turn around and shoot these pikemen? France seems unfazed, whether he's even bothered to look, but he's got Swiss Guard pikemen here. Oh my god, they're getting fired in the back by their own infantry. That's not going to help the situation. And it looks like the Spanish cavalry is going to go and have to deal with a very weakened French cav unit. And that might just rout everything. Like I said, morale does not make sense in this damn game sometimes. What has happened there? Why is everything routed? Who knows? While that's all going on, the Dutch look like they're getting very close to Fuenterrabia. They're getting very, very close to the walls, which are now being sort of defended, although the outsides of them are being defended by the Spanish. With all this potentially routing Spanish cavalry, this could actually just be a lifesaver here for the French, who actually look like they're going to somehow, in a 3-on-1, they're going to win. Do not know how. They're active. Are these guys all tired? Yeah, maybe this is the tiredness that's coming into it. It's not got anything to do with numbers. It's just how much energies they have left. I kind of, having not like covered any Pike and Shot in ages, I've forgotten some of the quirks and the funny stuff that goes on in this mod. I really have. But I'm surprised that the allies, we'll call them that, the French and the Dutch, have not just dealt with the Spanish at this point. I feel like there's so many cracks in this line here that they could just take advantage of. Don't know if it caused a mass rout, but they need to do something. The French cav somehow in the back lines here is causing miracles. It's somehow managing to win 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s, so it's keeping itself in the game. Other Spanish cavs return, it's exhausted. These guys are winded, all the others are like exhausted and very tired, which I think is what's making the difference here. There goes another one. And the other one might go soon. Are they shooting? Oh, and they're also turning around. We've got some Piedmont musketeers, and they're shooting, and they helped rout the Spanish. So they probably nearly routed their own German allies. But they probably don't give a damn about that. Dutch once again looking for ways to get around the Spanish defenses, and I think they found it. Just kind of come up this way here. Might make them sort of like endangered to the musketeers and stuff inside the settlement. And the artillery over here is surely getting good kills. If it was firing, it would be 12-pounders. Yeah, I mean, I think they're just taking it slow and steady. If the Dutch move forward here, they could swing to the side of the Spanish. This French force could move forward as well and pinch them sort of around by the walls and then just work their way down the line. I feel like that would be what I'd do. Again, Spain's giving more ground. He runs away like a coward. I think this is what the French are supposed to be doing, not the Spanish. That's what they're notorious for, the Frenchies. Waving the white flag. I mean, the Dutch, to be honest, have been doing it the most today. They have been breaking on an impressive scale. A lot of that Spanish cav actually has returned. Some of it's also the stuff that's been running down Dutch most of this game. That French cav in the back, I think, is one of the final French cav units in the whole entire force. You need to be careful. I think it is. I don't think they brought at all much cavalry. Spain, by the way, still has plenty of cavalry. We've still got those cuirassiers as well being kept in reserve. This general here is very open as well. I mean, I don't think he's going to be kept here. I think he is just been forgotten about. Now the Dutch are moving forward. They're going to take these defenses. They can move into the side of the Spanish. Spain gave it up without much of a fight, though. Actually, also a lot of French here, including French Guard pikes. Well, Swiss musketeers, a lot of Swiss musketeers. Marines as well. What do they look like? La Marine? I don't think it's a region. I think that is just, you know, they are Marines. Don't know how. Are they just gonna be able to like in Shogun? Are they just gonna be able to like throw their ropes over the wall and just start to ascend? I doubt it. I feel like maybe a sapper could do that, but maybe no one else. Again, Spain gives more ground. Surely we're going to see Spain do like one throw that dies to the cuirassiers and try and break his way through the Spanish lines. Or the French lines, not the Spanish lines. If he breaks his way through the Spanish lines, that's pretty devastating for his own team. But yeah, Spain's like sort of right flank over here, really pulling back now. France needs to get really close, get right up in his face and do as much damage as possible. Looks like they've broken the guns? How do they manage that then? Or are they just shooting at them? Or are they just breaking because there's enemy infantry near them? Oh, they don't need a scale as such. They just kind of march in. I guess this is maybe this is supposed to be a breach. Maybe, I don't know. They're just kind of able to just walk up. Not much of a fort then, really. Here comes the French once again. Coming forward in the same old style, and the Spanish are going to try and beat them back in the same old style, whatever that is. I mean, their style at the moment has been running away. But again, I can't critique them too much. It is a 3v2. I think Spain, like I said, has the same amount of money as the French, and the Dutch is just... Yeah, obviously Micro is a little bit harder. The 3-on-2, it always is. I mean, Spain's been pretty unlucky. I think A was spawns. The spawns didn't seem great for the Spanish. The one army was a long, long way away from the other. One advanced without the support of the other, which also didn't help. And also, they seem to have like these smaller armies. The like the Flemish army for the Spanish here. Then we got the Picardy army for the French. They seem to have smaller units, while the Dutch have still quite large units in a lot of areas. I can hear melee going on, but I don't know where. Is Spain really going to try and evacuate his army into the city? Looks like he is. I feel like this is going to cause a mass rout. Like, as soon as one unit breaks in there, you're just going to cause a mass rout. Guess maybe they're thinking we need to retreat inside the city because the French are in. When these musketeers here, they're all wavering pretty quickly now. I don't think we're too far off a mass rout, to be honest. I don't want to spoil it. I haven't seen all this replay, but just looking at how some of these units are starting to break, I would say so. This navy over here, I presume this is going to be a Spanish navy that's coming to save the day. That needs to get here quickly and save these poor Spaniards, because they are in trouble. Yeah, they are desperate trying to get out of here. We've got a lot of guns that are unlimbed as well. Do with unlimbering those fellas. Get them into the fight. Yep. I mean, the problem is France has no cavalry to back this up. Got his huge gun battery you can use. But yeah, they're no cav to back this up, so while they retreat, France is in no real sort of like, well, it's got no way to hurry this up and just sort of finish up the Spanish. Again, I think I'm going to make another cut. It seems, I don't know where Spain is now going to retreat to. We'll just actually, shall we just fast forward? We'll just see what they do. Because France right now looks like they just got them on the run. I mean, Spain is retreating everything inside the city right now. Again, don't blame them. The Dutch look like they're following the French, and they're going to just climb up the wall in a few areas, but we'll see whether they can do that elsewhere. Keep moving forward, boys. Where? I mean, there's not going to be enough space for all these Spanish. That's the problem. Like, where are they going? Or they think they're all going to get set up and be able to do something. And then once they're inside this town, I don't know if you can even maneuver in here very easily. Pathfinding-wise, like I said, I think it's just better to fight outside the city. It's either the French having issues as well. Once they get up here, they're able to shoot down the line. They're doing damage to these, and they're breaking those 12-pounders. They're still having issues in this inner sanctum bit. Maybe they are. At least it looks like that's the case. All the Dutch now arriving. Again, where they think they're going to put any space to put all these guys, I have no idea. But yeah, I think we'll just keep fast-forwarding a little bit. France seems like he's getting close enough to the Spanish here that he could do some sort of mass rout. But I do not know. But I hope you guys, if you've got this far in the video, have been enjoying. It's certainly been an interesting one. I'll say that. I don't know what else I'd say by that. But yeah, it's been an interesting one. An odd pike and shot battle, for sure. But a pike and shot battle, it definitely has been of sorts. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it. It's been very, very odd. 3v2 is very hard, that's for sure. Yeah, I think here we go. I think we're going to see quite a few units start a mass rout. That might... The French, I think, just, you know, had just a little bit of fight, like a little bit of cav power here. They'd be through. I think they are just from up here. Yeah, they are just shelling with their grand battery here. They are shelling the Spanish inside. That's surely going to do a lot of damage. It's just going to take a long, long time in comparison. The Spanish cav can't go inside. There's no point putting that in, so they're going to have to throw that in at some point. The Dutch are flanking around this way as well. That seems to be having less issues with pathfinding. Oh, the French are having no issues with pathfinding. They just they all broke. They all pushed this way. They've been broken, I think, by the guns. The guns are still very much going, actually. Stationary, but winded. Not in combat, though. Yeah, they're still going strong. That's something there. Here we go. Spain and France making a last sort of duel of it here, it seems. Battalion staff commanders, guard, musketeers all going into the flanks. I would have thought the musketeers, like the guard ones, might be able to give it a good go in melee. Look at the Swiss guards. There you go, into the side of the Spanish. They can get one of these generals for the Spanish, that would be huge. I kind of forget that they killed the French general, which is possibly why the French are being cautious. And again, Spain is going to pull back. And there you go, Spain retreats once again. I don't know what they're going to do with all this cavalry, though, that they've left outside here. We'll see. Surely they're going to have to send that into France. I honestly thought they might give it a go, trying to break through, but they're just getting shot in the flank here now with the cuirassiers. Like, that's just a health unit's been reduced to 50. I was thinking they were going to give it at least a charge somewhere, but yeah, I don't know what the Spanish are planning to do now. Very, very odd. So yeah, I'm going to make a quick cut. I don't know what else is really going to take place here because Spain is just going to sit in here, and I feel like they're just going to master out. I don't see any other sort of situation what they can do here. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in a moment. So here we are. So yeah, I pretty much just like let the replay run a bit. Spain did actually send its cavalry into the pikes over here. Just seems to have got them all killed. But a lot of the artillery has just bombarded the Spanish as they tried to then get out of the city. You can see the artillery going off over here. Doing a lot of damage, routing a lot of stuff. I'm surprised Spain has not just gone yet. But yeah, Spain is just fully about to rout here. Not really a lot to... I just fast-forwarded like a whole bunch. Spain, you did not miss anything. It's just basically France standing here shooting. Yes, the cav charging a little bit, but it's, again, nothing game-defining. A lot of it's kind of charged and returning, as you can see over here. They're going to come for another go of it. But yeah, really not a lot happening. So again, I'm just going to fast-forward. It's going to be... I'll make another cut. I'm just going to fast forward right to the end of the end results because I think that's all we're going to need to see now. So yeah, it's going to be a victory for the French and for the Dutch, and a defeat for the Spanish. And I'll see you folks in a bit. Here we are with the end results. So yeah, like I said, just not really anything else exciting going on. The army just basically slowly mass routed. It's an hour-long battle. I've hopefully tried to shave it down a little bit. I can't remember who this was sent in by, but I think it is by one of the Spanish players, I think, is sending this one in. We'll have a quick look at some of the kills. We've got Tony the Gamer here with 86 kills with the gendarmes. I don't think there's going to be massive kills here for the Allies, because they was fighting very small Spanish troops. I think the Spanish are going to have the larger kills, that's for sure. You can see all of the kills. There's Spain here, Zion here, getting 546 kills with his arquebusiers, 203 kills with his cuirassiers. Which is kind of surprising because they didn't really seem like they did a lot at the end there. Arquebusiers getting 138 kills, 130 kills, another one. And there are the rest of his kills. A lot of zeros I'm seeing here is all I'm saying. Then we have the Dutch, 52 kills. Again, not huge because the Dutch, to be honest, didn't do a lot of fighting. Did a bit of shooting. Did a lot of routing, obviously, of stuff. And a lot of routing of their own things. And we have Louis the... 14th, 98 kills with his musketeers, the best of the bunch there. There are the rest of his kills. I'm kind of flying through these a little bit, I do apologize. And actually, the other Spanish player, 43 kills is the best for him. Didn't do a lot at all. Only the other Spanish player fighting the Dutch that did most of the kills. That Zion there. Yeah, you can see with the kills, actually. Not very high kill game at all. But certainly an interesting one, that is for sure. But yeah, that's the first Pike Shot battle of 2026. We'll see where we get some more, but if you would like to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're not here, and a comment to show support, and I'll see you folks next time.